Well, I didn't think you had it in you. I'm your Huckleberry.
Hello and welcome on into this Monday's edition of Movie News here at MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course our Twitch stream. I'm one of your co-hosts, Stephen John McLaughlin. Our other co-host, fiddling about his mic, it's John C. Walsh. How you doing, John?
I have to check the audio because I have been fiddling around with the mic.
John, the last time we
these
did
microphones are very
what was it we did last? It was the review. It was actually Andor season 1 review we did. That was the last time we were on. It was such a long time ago.
And I was getting concerned midway through that review, Stephen, because I touched the mic.
Yep.
I dared put the headphones on.
You actually did it a few times. Near the end, you were actually moving it about like that for quite a while. Like, how did you get away with that? But anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're not here to talk about
these aren't
tech.
cheap microphones.
They're not, certainly
I have to stress, these are relatively expensive microphones. Not expensive, but they're not fucking cheap. Audio Technica AT fucking 2020 or something. They're not cheap, but they are incredibly temperamental.
They're the best ones you've had yet, John, I would say.
Yeah, but they're a pain in the ass.
We've tried different ones. These are probably
pain
the best
in the
ones.
ass.
Yeah, pain in the ass.
Goddamn pain in the ass. Such BS.
But, well, this could be, John, what we're going to talk about, but we don't know yet. It's all about X-Men star James McAvoy, who's sitting next to me. Response to
and
Avengers.
I look like Charles Xavier as well. I just shaved the head yesterday.
Secret Wars cameo rumour. Now this is coming in from.
I keep getting told I look like James McAvoy. I had some women tell me you even sound like him. Yeah, but I'm fucking not him.
Yeah, but I don't take that as an insult. He's from Drumchapel, so
he's from a drum.
Yeah.
His team's doing well.
Yeah. What's the number of that bus that gets through? I always remember Kevin Bridges talking about it. If they wanted to make it madder, it went through Drumchapel, but let's make it madder. Let's go through Easter House as well. Nobody will know what we're talking about unless you're coming in from Scotland.
Scheme is a housing estate, an assortment of houses built in the outskirts of a sort of metro area.
You make it sound glamorous, John.
Metro area. Yeah. Sadly, no amenities, no facilities. They are fucking marooned outside a major sort of hub.
And if anyone comes at us, John and I are from housing schemes as well. So
I'm technically from an urban housing scheme, Stephen. You're from a proper housing scheme. You were outside the city of Glasgow. We'll come right out and say I was very much in Glasgow, but still a fucking scheme.
So there you go.
Poor than poor.
That's all about James McAvoy. That's his background. So we're going to talk
about. Keep that in mind when he speaks.
We're going to, exactly.
Because he does not speak.
Yeah, I've seen him on Graham Norton, John. I've seen him on Jonathan Ross, and I cringe at times. And I do like James. I think he's
James
he's a
speaks
stellar
like
guy.
us.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sound guy, John. He's
very,
a good guy.
I like James.
I get he can't talk the way that we all talk normally. We don't talk like this normally either, guys. So certainly I don't use the word guys that much. It's normally Bobbags or something like that. But anyway, the X-Men prequel franchise, James McAvoy, finally addresses if his version of Professor X will appear in the MCU. In an extensive interview with GQ magazine, the men's editorial asked if Marvel head Kevin Feige called McAvoy about a potential role. Before a cryptic answer, McAvoy says he often dismisses similar questions because he believes he needs to move on to other projects. This is what he said, John.
I don't think it's very cryptic. I think he's pretty much saying, I'm fucking in it.
I've definitely not got the call, and if I did, I would definitely not be telling you.
I think he's got the call.
That's what he says, John. He's definitely not got the call, and if I did, I definitely would not be telling you. So basically you're saying you got the call and I'm not telling you. That's what it reads to me, John.
He's a slightly less efficient liar than fellow Scotsman A-lister.
The thing is, John,
Hugh McGregor.
I'm not going to read the rest of the article because I know that they're saying that it's like the time Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, etc. Had to keep things
Tom
under
Holland
wraps.
keeping that secret.
The difference with that,
one of the most impressive things I've seen
is that James McAvoy is playing an earlier version of an existing character that's already been in the MCU, so the possibilities of, and when I say MCU I mean the Multiverse of Madness, that's what I'm talking about, with Patrick Stewart. He's playing the younger version. He's not playing another being. It's not like Spider-Man where Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland were playing versions from different worlds. This is the Patrick Stewart version, James McAvoy, if anyone's not seen it. But I think it's a done deal, John. I think he's going to. I really do think he is high derpy. Hi Jordan, how you doing? On Twitch? Wow, yes.
Jordan, I think Jordan. I don't want to presume, but Jordan may be
a bot.
Maybe a bot, may not be a bot. I apologise, Jordan, if you're not a bot.
Sold Jordan, Derpy.
It's coming home, huh?
Yeah. Hey fellas, it's
Derpy.
coming home.
Derpy, you mate, you better not be referring to football.
I don't
friend.
watch.
It may be
the
coming
World
home,
Cup, so I don't care.
It may be coming home. England actually. To be fair, Stephen, there's a lot of Scottish people have their bee in their bonnet about England and their football team.
Yeah.
I can't find it within myself to conjure up any hatred or emotion about the English national
I don't really
football
care,
team.
to be honest with you.
I quite like a lot of the players. I quite like Jack Grealish. I can't stretch to Harry Kane because he plays for Tottenham and I'm an Arsenal man. That's my English football team. But I like the likes of Phil Foden, Mason Mount. I like these guys. They're different to the sort of old school 90s English football players, the more detestable characters.
Yeah.
But it's more the press.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe coming home. Derpy,
I've
to
not
answer your
watched
question.
one game yet because
I've seen a couple.
couldn't care less, to be honest with you. Watching
Well,
multi-millionaires kick a bottle about, all patting each other on the back. No thanks. I'll keep it real with the real football. But anyway, John McAvoy. Anyway,
Yes.
Who's a football fan? I
Yes.
think we know.
Yeah.
And
He's a Celtic man.
yeah, and John, what's
He's a
your
good
take
guy.
on this? Do you think he's definitely in it at some point?
Well,
Do you think it's going to be Secret Wars though?
Stephen, I absolutely think he will be in Secret Wars. We've already seen Patrick Stewart come back. He bit the bullet, obviously, in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Spoiler alert if you've not seen that movie. That was a pathetic death. That did anger me slightly.
That whole thing angered me.
Like,
The whole
no one's a
Captain
bigger
Britain and all that.
no one's a bigger fan of Elizabeth Olsen
Yeah.
than me. Brilliant actor, same age as me. A fucking Aquarian, by all accounts. I think born a week after I was.
Yep.
So huge fan of Elizabeth, the best Olsen twin, best Olsen sibling.
Yeah.
She's not a twin that I'm aware of.
You three look like twins.
She's better looking than Mary Kate and Ashley. And look, they used to be fucking decent back in the day, but there's something's happened to one of them. I'm not entirely sure what it is. So what I'm getting at is I'm a huge fan of Elizabeth Olsen. I like the character of Scarlet Witch, but she shouldn't be taking down Charles Xavier like that. That was a joke.
Yeah.
It was a nice sequence. It was well shot, too powerful, and she almost hijacked a Doctor Strange movie for me. It became about America Chavez v Wanda.
Yeah.
Where does Stephen Strange come into this? So what I'm getting at is we've already seen
He was the Obi-Wan of
he was
the
Obi-Wan of the Obi-Wan
series.
Kenobi series. We've had Charles in
Yeah.
already in the MCU from a different vein. You mentioned that Stephen James is playing the younger version of the Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier, so there is precedent for him to come in to this franchise. And I feel like if you're going down a Secret Wars route, to quote the Americans, route, as we say, doesn't sound right. Mobile and what is it? Mobile and multiplayer. They say things better than us at times. Most of the time not, but sometimes they do. If you're going down a more sort of action-heavy Secret Wars route, then you're wanting a more younger version of Charles Xavier coming in. Not that it matters, he's in a fucking wheelchair and he's using telekinesis, but you'd want to see James coming in. I think he will. And Steve, I've got an article up, I will bring it up, of potential other heroes from different walks of life, different universes, different fucking film franchises entirely, studios not yet made their bow in the MCU who could come in. But yeah, man, I think he's playing coy. I think he's definitely going to be back.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I can't wait to get rid of this multiverse shite. John, I think they peaked. I think they peaked with No Way Home. I think they peaked too early with it, and it's just Multiverse of Madness wasn't a great film. It was a good film.
Wasn't.
It wasn't great though.
It wasn't great.
And I think
I did like the animated cops.
I want to see X-Men coming in at some point, but they need to put the past to bed once and for all. I wasn't really too bothered about Patrick Stewart's appearance.
Stephen, you were almost embodying Kylo Ren there.
Yeah.
Let the past die or something. Kill it if you have to.
You have to just put it to bed once and for all. I loved the old X-Men Fox films. I thought they were fantastic for their time. And they were going somewhere in terms of repairing that bad third film with Days of Future Past, and then they went and fucking ruined it again. And just leave it. Don't bring Patrick Stewart back.
Steve,
Don't bring
I've still not
James
seen
McAvoy
Apocalypse.
back. I don't. It's rubbish.
I've seen Dark
Absolute
Phoenix.
rubbish.
I've seen the rest of
Dark
seen
Phoenix.
Apocalypse.
No, sorry. Apocalypse is actually
Was
the
it
decent one
Yeah.
with
Because
Oscar
that's
Isaac.
when he gets his baldness, isn't it?
Yeah. It's Dark Phoenix is shit.
How does he get the baldness? He goes from having an incredible head of hair
I think
to
it's
being
just too much power.
a slap head.
You know, it's
All
like
right, yeah.
Luke Skywalker dies when he uses too much power. Professor X loses his hair.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Wish it was down to power. Unlimited power!
But Derpy,
Sadly
John
not.
Derpy says,
Yeah.
I'm just taking shots. I'm USA, doesn't matter. Back to the topic.
How the fuck did you not beat England?
No
in
way
the World
home.
Cup? That's what I want to know.
No
You
way.
didn't play Cameron Carter Vickers.
No Way Home and Wakanda Forever
Get him in the team.
are the only projects of Phase 4 that are entertaining besides WandaVision, Loki, Hawkeye. I don't think else is worth watching unless you're hardcore Marvel fans. Also,
I've
fellas,
still not seen Wakanda Forever. I am just fucking drowning with work. Just now. Drowning.
Wakanda Forever.
Not seen it yet.
It's
I've not
on
had the
Disney
chance.
Plus, isn't it? It's on
Is it
Disney.
out?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, and I think it is.
Is
I
it
may
sure?
be
Is it
wrong.
not still in the
I
field?
saw the actual
I'm fucking drowning. I can't.
to select it on Disney Plus, and I didn't. I
I've
didn't
had-
go as far as hitting the play button.
That's a deep cut back
Yeah.
to her early shows.
I don't know, John. I just can't bring myself to
I
watch it.
do want to see
I've not
it,
seen
but
Thor either. I've not seen it.
I've seen Thor.
I just
but,
couldn't care for it. I don't. There's something
So
weird
busy just
about
now.
this Phase 4 just now, and I kind of agree with Derpy on that. You know, No Way Home. I probably will see Wakanda Forever at some point.
I do
but,
have to see it. I'm a huge fan of Ryan Coogler.
But I think the Disney Plus stuff's been a lot better. The actual web series has been better than some of the films that have come out of late. Also, fellas,
Certainly
found
Star
out
Wars,
that
yeah.
the new Mario movie trailer drops tomorrow.
I'm intrigued
Interesting.
by that. That's
Yeah,
Chris
Yeah.
Pratt.
Is it animated or is it
I
live
think it's
action?
animated.
Is it?
Chris
Yeah.
Pratt's voice in Mario.
Okay, so it's
I've not yet heard his voice.
not like the
I think-
1993 one with Bob Hoskins. And
Stephen, I'm looking forward to that Mario movie though.
Dennis
There's
Hopper.
huge potential.
yeah.
Dennis Hopper, yeah.
Don't,
Huge potential for Mario.
don't even bring up the Dark Phoenix for the love of God.
The last 10-15 minutes was good.
Yeah.
If they made the whole movie like that.
Well,
No, it was
right.
the train sequence. I quite liked the trains. Was it? It was the end of the movie. The rest was a pile of shit.
It's something
that
about
felt like a
you
different
could say
movie
about
tacked on.
a bad film. The ending is probably the best bit. Yeah, that's about
Yeah,
right.
just the shite from Jennifer Lawrence. Should be called the ex-women. It's the women that are all saving the men round here. Fuck up. Fuck up. Look, I am one of the most liberal people you will ever meet. I abhor all this sexist shite, this misogyny. Not for it at all, but see this fucking nonsense they keep trying to thrust into movies. Just keep it out, man. It's entertainment. It's escapism. We go to the theatres to watch these things to get away from all the bullshit of the real world. We don't want that getting dragged into entertainment. Keep it fucking out. And then, look, I read something today. Huge Harry Potter fan. I'm going off on a tangent here, Stephen. Huge Harry Potter fan. Grew up with it. There's a Harry Potter game coming out. The Legacy of Hogwarts or something. It's set 100 years in the past. It's a fucking open world game. You've got the usual fucking weirdo cretins on social media trying to boycott it, telling people not to buy it.
Why?
Because J.K. Rowling is anti-trans. J.K. Rowling isn't involved in it.
Yeah, okay.
Keep this shite out of fucking entertainment, man.
Yeah.
Keep it out. People need escapism. The world's shit. You've got Putin in the East trying to fucking kill everyone. There's fucking all sorts of crap going on. It's tedious. Let people have their fun. Fuck off.
Just remember, should call it ex-woman. Yep, totally right.
Ex-women, yeah.
John, I was going to ask you something there in terms of James McAvoy. Going back, now you're going back 2010.
Yeah, I
First
remember
Class
it
came
well,
out.
yeah.
Do you
Wonderman.
remember him being announced as the young version of Charles Xavier? How did you feel about that at the time? Now,
Lukewarm.
at that moment, I only remember James McAvoy being in sort of romantic dramas and stuff like that at that point in his career. I might be wrong. I can't
I have to
remember
look up his...
anything, but I remember him being in a couple of sort of drama period things that were going on at the time. And I wasn't really that. Atonement was one of them.
Atonement, yeah.
And I wasn't really that excited to honest with you.
Yeah, I was lukewarm.
I'd only known him for a few things at that point.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really...
The Last King of Scotland, he was very good in that.
Yeah.
That was...
Dr.
obviously,
Nicholas Garrigan.
He had the sort of friendly relationship with a dictator, wasn't it? It was a
Whitaker,
despot.
yeah.
That was a fucking great movie. So he was good in that.
Um,
That was probably the first thing that I associated. Shameless as well. I love Shameless back in the day.
You're only talking about 4 years between that film, or was it?
He was in Band of Brothers as well, I'm sure.
It must have been a lot more than that. Was it 2006? The Last Stand came out? Was it roughly about 2006?
Yeah, it must have been, because it was early 2000s.
So about 2011. So you're talking 4 or 5 years anyway, John. I thought it was too close together at the time. I did this with Batman Begins as well. I thought, oh, that's too close to Batman and Robin. Don't do it. And it's my favourite Batman film. Shows you what I know. But,
no, but
John,
Stephen,
I thought it was great.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
As Derpy says in the chat, First Class and Days of Future Past were brilliant. Oh, you've did that thing I hate, Derpy, where you shorten it. Days. I'll let you away with it, because it's a long fucking title. But I hate that shit. Empire. It's fucking Empire Strikes Back. It's 3 words. Type it. Days of Future Past is very long, to be fair, so I'll let you away with it. But yeah, I loved First Class. And obviously Days of Future Past, was that the one I smashed my car up? We were rushing to go to. And I'd just passed my test not long after First Class came out, or before First Class, because I remember, was that the one with Kevin Bacon? Wunderbar.
Yep.
Great sequence. It's not great. Fucking back to the Holocaust.
Yeah. No,
back
but
to
it was
Auschwitz.
fantastic. It was a great film, John.
But it was brilliant.
And Bacon was excellent in it.
He was. What was his name again?
That's Sebastian Shaw.
Sure.
Not the actor.
Yeah.
The character. Sebastian Shaw was obviously Anakin Skywalker.
I was in some Twitch stream. It may have been James at 10:30, and he was asking randomly who played Darth Vader in the original. I said Sebastian Shaw.
I think it was in his 80s at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, strange. He was supposed to be 40. But yeah, I've got brilliant. Yeah, fucking come on.
He's a good actor.
So he was, but yeah, he looked
miscast,
fucking melted. He's supposed to look melted, but he just looked melted. It wasn't a deliberate artistic decision. Tell your sister you were right.
You've been there a few times, John.
I have, yeah, fucking
not
right.
taking a breath.
Last year.
He played the UPS guy there, yeah.
The UPS guy. Yeah, in the Muppets. So yeah, look, man, I've got really fond memories of those sort of the reboot era, and I love Michael Fassbender. I thought he was, in many ways, and this may be blasphemy, almost better as Magneto. Younger Magneto. And I love Ian McKellen.
So
brilliant actor. I grew up with the likes of Gandalf. Well, I didn't grow up, I was in my fucking teens. No, I wasn't.
And how do we know what to say?
I wasn't. It was a pre-teen.
Written in the script.
Yes. I love doing Ian McKellen. It takes a bit of work to get into him, but once I get in, I love swearing as Ian McKellen. You shall not pass, you absolute prick. I love doing that. I just love getting right into Ian McKellen's voice and swearing, because he strikes me as a guy who has never uttered a swear word in his life. But I may be wrong, but I love doing McKellen. But yeah, I don't know where we were going with that, Stephen.
I love doing McKellen.
The accent. I love doing the accent of Sir Ian McKellen. He likes a scarf, does he? Love those early.
Would have been a great Doctor Who.
He would have been fantastic. Could still be a fantastic Doctor Who. He's still going strong as our Ian. Love those early reboot X-Men movies.
I doubt that very much. The meltdown for Peter Capaldi, who's only in his fucking late 40s, early 50s. He's too old. He's too old.
Did they see the first Doctor Who? That guy was a fucking corpse. The only thing that was keeping him alive was the drink. The man was being kept alive. We speak about Sebastian Shaw and Darth Vader. There's a disembodied hand. That he was getting kept alive with alcohol. That man was dead.
Preserved.
He fucking preserved, exactly. What's the name of that? What's the name of that preservative they use in funeral places?
Formaldehyde.
Yeah, yep. That's what he was like with alcohol. Yeah, but Stephen, look, I don't know, I've completely lost fucking train of thought.
Yeah, you're talking about obviously
early ones with McAvoy. He proved us wrong. Yeah. I was lukewarm to his initial casting. Just thought, like you, why are they doing it? We've got Patrick Stewart, fucking Ian McKellen. Why not just continue with them? We know why, because that third movie was a fucking disaster. They proved us wrong. very, very good. And of course, the one sort of connective tissue was Hugh Jackman
Yep.
coming across, and he was the guy that sort of kept it and bridged it all together. And obviously, just get progressively worse. And it would be a shame for James to see out his tenure as Xavier without coming back and redeeming himself. I know he wasn't to blame for Dark Phoenix. It was everyone else that was to blame. But it would be blasphemy not to give him a chance to come back and play the character one more time, just like Hugh's coming back and playing, obviously, Wolverine one more time. Steve, I'm going to bring this up. It will not work. It will be a shambles. 10 other heroes we could see, or 10 heroes from...
Wow.
Isn't it, Josh? Yeah.
Krasinski's so faded out.
Yeah.
That's like one of
They've not even attempted
That's
to...
like one of my thumbnails.
Colour balance.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. I would sort that in 2 seconds.
Unacceptable behaviour.
Stephen, Derpy mentions obviously Wolverine Origins for the win. Yeah, I can't really speak about that film because I seem to recall, I think I found a post or something on Facebook. Origins? Was that not the terrible one with Live Shriver?
Yeah.
Or Shriver?
He wasn't the problem. It's just a terrible story.
Yeah, but Stephen, the point I was making is I think I found a post. I actually quite like this film from back when it was out. I was young.
Yeah.
I was misguided. I look back now, it was fucking shit. But yeah, also Wolverine's one that could pop up. Would you like to see Hugh Jackman continue this sort of renaissance as Wolverine post Deadpool 3?
No.
I think it is. Would you like to see him pop up as a cameo?
I don't want to see him back at all. I'd only be contradicting myself, John, with what I said about McAvoy and Patrick Stewart, and that goes for Hugh Jackman as well, who I love. Fassbender as well. I don't want to see any of them back. They've had their time, and to pull them back, and I suppose the argument could be the same with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as well. But they weren't playing versions of Tom Holland. They were their own Peter Parker, if you like. Whereas we've not got another Wolverine in the MCU. We've not got another.
Don't want to have to bury
Charles
another Wolverine.
Xavier. So they're coming in, and you know, anyone coming into the MCU that's not seen the Fox stuff, they'll be like, you'd have to be living under a rock to say, who the fuck's this? When it comes to Hugh Jackman, we all know who he is. We all know who he played.
I'm liking the energy you're bringing tonight. You're doing a lot of swearing. You're actually doing more swearing than me. It's good. I'm on the water, by the way. I'm not even on the drink, so this is good.
Goes to show.
This is whole.
But I think
from
just
a keg.
Move on. It's time to move on. It really is.
Just don't come.
Do you know something? The only good thing about that film, John, the Wolverine film, Origins, was recasting Beast. I hated the guy that played Beast in the first two X-Men film. Yeah. It was some TV B-movie type guy that was in his costume. It was like a ginger beast thing. It was terrible looking. It was like something out of Thundercats. It was terrible.
Stephen, but you mention it. Obviously, there was recasting across the board for those reboot X-Men movies. Who was it that played Mystique originally?
I can't remember the actress's name. It's on the tip of my tongue as well, but they ditched her. I thought she was excellent. She was more menacing than Jennifer Lawrence can ever muster.
Yeah.
She was something really dark about her and really evil. Yes. Jennifer Lawrence is as good an actress as she is. Never did it for me as Mystique. Never.
I'm going to bring that up and find out who the original Mystique was. Obviously Halle Berry played Storm. I will do my very best.
Yeah, there she is. It's
Mystique.
Rebecca Romijn. Yeah.
Rebecca Romijn.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember now that I see her face. But,
blue face.
The blue face.
Unsettling blue face.
Stephen, one of my favourite things from that was it the original X-Men movie where the man turned to water?
Yeah. It was like sand, wasn't it? It's like a jellyfish. It's weird.
I quite liked that.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Where was I going with this? A lot of recasting. Nicholas Hoult was Beast. I agree with you. That was one of the better ones.
I couldn't buy into Fraser being the.
Who did Alan Cummings play? He played Nightcrawler, didn't he?
It wasn't Beast. I'm talking shite. It wasn't Beast. It was the one that Leif Shiver played in the Origins, but in the X-Men films, the first two films before that one came out, it was somebody else. I can't remember what his character was called. Is that unimportant? I thought he's called Beast, but it's clearly not. Cause
no, it was. I know.
But he's way down the list.
Sabretooth.
That's
Tyler
it.
Mane.
Yeah. Pish. Yeah. He actually looks better like that. Look at him as Sabretooth. He looks terrible.
Yeah,
he looks like
search him up,
Thundercat.
Saber, yeah, it comes up right away. Michael Myers? What?
Look at that.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Oh, that's terrible, isn't it?
God
Ginger.
almighty, that is fucking god awful. Yeah. That's like some
He
strange...
looks like one of the villains from Die Hard, one of the Germans.
We need to try and get this over here so we can share the love with anyone who's perhaps watching, because it's a little unfair. We're just having our time.
Yeah, it's a bit
Looking at this.
self-indulgent.
Yes, look at the state of this. It's not. You're not going to see it because the way it's aligned is horrific.
It was the only good thing they did was cast Lee Schreiber in that role.
It's almost
Recast.
like what I'd imagine if Charlie Hunnam was to be recast in an American or Teen Wolf movie.
What's
The
that?
one with Michael J.
Axl
Fox.
Rose.
Axl Rose meets Charlie Hunnam meets Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf,
Fucking dreadful. Really, really poor. But yeah, other cameos, Deadpool. Would you like to see Wade Wilson pop up in Secret Wars sooner rather than later?
I don't mind that, John.
He's going to have to make appearances in this universe.
He's going to. Yeah, I mean that's a continuation anyway. We've got Deadpool 2, and that was part of the deal, wasn't it, to bring that character over and water him down to F and ruin it.
No, we can't do
Hopefully they better not.
Well, if he's in an ensemble Avengers movie, he will be watered down. There will be no F-bombs.
They do that though, don't they? They do that. They did it with Captain America so many times as well. He was just a totally different character when he was in an Avengers film, out with his own.
Speaking of which, Captain America, do you want to see Steve Rogers back in Secret Wars?
No.
Because I do.
You mean Chris Evans?
Chris Evans back, yeah.
Nah.
It's just a cameo, Stephen. It's not like he's having any meaningful stay. I'm talking about popping in. Would you not like to see him and Sam Wilson side by side using the shield and fighting? That would be fucking... I think that'd be epic.
Might do a bit of disservice to
and
Sam
on your
Wilson,
left...
though, that Sam Wilson can't fight himself.
No, he can. But, Stephen, I mean, we had 3 Spider-Man characters in No Way Home and it was fucking epic. Imagine having him. Maybe having John Walker appear at some point as well. 3 US agent.
He was weird.
Yeah, it's that gin.
Nah, I'm not.
Iron Man.
I've kind of no.
It's going to be some movie. This we need cameos, Stephen.
Yeah.
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, I know.
This is the culmination of the multiverse.
Just even the title Secret Wars doesn't.
But this is the one that Destin Daniel Cretton is directing. The man who directed a movie you were underwhelmed with.
What was that?
Shang-Chi. I fucking love Shang-Chi.
Nah.
For me, that's my favourite Phase 4 movie that I've seen today. Loved it, loved the story, I loved the vibe, loved the score, loved the acting from Simu Liu, loved the father. What a villain. And he was the guy responsible for giving us all of that goodiness from that movie. He has been gifted with, I believe, Secret Wars. They've yet to do Kang Dynasty. I think that's what it's called. They've yet to pick the director. It may be the other way around. I may be talking shite. So I'm looking forward to this movie. I'm looking forward to the cameos. The Human Torch, Chris Evans.
I know, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really weird.
Imagine him coming in as that and Captain America.
Well,
it's like tonight, Michael, I'm going to be Steve Rogers.
Yeah. No, I mean, the lasting image I have of Chris Evans as Captain America is he's great.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
His look, the sort of Joe Biden look.
Yeah.
People have said he looks very much like... I mean, at the end of the day, it wrapped things up for me. Who cares? Just give me Daddy Galactus, damn it.
I think we're getting Galactus. I think that's coming, for sure. Are we? I don't know. I may be getting mixed up with something else. What the fuck is this? Just randomly showing off Chris Evans' pics for some reason. No idea why. F838. I don't know anything about. Oh, is this the other one? Is this the other one, the Maximoff, that was seen? I've not got a fucking clue. What one is this? Is this the one where she protects her sons? I don't know. But as I says, huge fan of Elizabeth Olsen, but I don't want to see more versions of Wanda. I think we've had quite enough of fucking Wanda for now. Multiple Spider-Man. Do you want to see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire back, Stephen? I can't get enough Andrew.
I want to see Andrew having his own Spider-Man film.
Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to see that?
But I don't think they have to shoehorn him into a Secret Wars film. I think he should have. I think he should have his own film and merit rather than just. Can
you answer a question for me briefly? Were you aware that there was a trailer, a teaser for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse out? Nearly a year out.
I think so. I can't remember.
Fucking missed that.
I think I remember reading about it, but I think the moment it passed. by probably about 3 or 4 months.
Looks absolutely epic.
Yeah.
The reason I mentioned Miles Morales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tobey Maguire.
He'd
be the
I
big one,
don't
wouldn't
know if he would come back again. I don't know. I think under maybe Raimi, he might do something, but I don't know. There's a feeling about Tobey Maguire, and I kind of sensed it when I watched No Way Home, and just watching his interviews after. As much as I think he enjoyed doing it, I don't think he wants to keep doing it, if you know what I mean. I just get that feeling. I don't know if it's just because he's not. Have you ever seen that video with the three of them at the airport?
No.
And somebody's pointing a camera at them. Tom Holland kind of waves at the camera. Andrew Garfield kind of goes.
Tobey Maguire assaults.
He just draws the daggers. Very.
I love the way
private
Tobey interacts with the paps. He has no time for them whatsoever. It's the fact he casually strolls around New York with the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Best pals,
Posted
yeah.
basketball games and stuff like that.
Best friends, yeah.
They seem to get on really, really well. He's so
I
casual.
think they came through the ranks together, John. I think that's the reason. I think they're very close. So.
But the thing is, he's got time for fans and stuff like that. So it's not like he's just being an
Not got
obnoxious
time for-
dick.
Yeah, he's not got time for the paparazzi. And who would?
Quite right. Because
Yeah.
they're fuckers. The Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton. I'd love to see Ed back, but it's not going to
That's
happen.
no, definitely not.
Stephen, again, I'm down a rabbit hole. I think it was Rotten Tomatoes' initial scoring of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. This is the worst rated MCU movie of all time. What the fuck?
Incredible Hulk. The thing about the Incredible Hulk and Edward Norton's
Fucking
Incredible
brilliant
Hulk,
movie.
and I'll tell you right now that can't happen. It can't happen.
No.
He was a recast. He's not another version of Ruffalo's Hulk. He's the same.
Recasted, yeah.
He's the same Bruce Banner. That it's a continuation. It's not another version from another multiverse or whatever. So
Yeah.
that can't happen. It wouldn't make any sense.
I enjoyed that movie. I thought that
loved
movie
it.
was
And
brilliant.
Edward Norton was fantastic.
I always go back to the scene with obviously he's going to see, I forget her name, in the restaurant, and
Yeah.
she sees him. It's just a brilliant sequence.
Yep.
The music, everything. And he's a fantastic actor. Seen this, I don't want to see it again. We're going to get
I was
him.
so underwhelmed. I was so underwhelmed with those cameos, John. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
right, the Captain
don't
Britain,
know.
it was just
Yeah.
tacked on, unnecessary. It
Just-
was like, we've bumped this movie up to have loads of cameos, and we feel compelled to put something in,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work.
And just take them out like chumps. Nah.
It was shit, yeah. Just rubbish.
Yeah.
What can I say about Iron Man? I don't know any way in which you can bring Tony Stark into an MCU movie and not have him absolutely dominate everything. It would become about Tony Stark.
And it would take away his moment
Yeah, it would.
at
Yeah,
Endgame as well, which I don't want them to
yeah.
do.
So I agree with
Because
you.
I like going back to Endgame every now and again and watching those scenes, John, and they're fantastic. They're so impactful and powerful.
Yeah.
And you think of everything that came before that, the investment in that character and development all the way through, from Iron Man right through to Endgame, and just his journey, and then just to have him come back. It's almost like what they've done with Grogu. You know, that emotional parting at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian.
You'll come with me now, little
And
one.
then the first opportunity they get, he's back with him. I just hated that.
And that's why ultimately Andor is the better Star Wars show when it comes to that and The Mandalorian, the two best Star Wars shows. Because they don't do soppy shit like that. Tony Gilroy has no time for that.
No.
He will give you fan service when
Give
it's
you
necessary.
emotional stuff as well, John, but
But
it's meaningful.
yeah.
It's not just playing at your heartstrings. It's tragedy.
Mhm.
There's a lot of tragedy in the Gilroy stuff. We saw it in Rogue One, John.
Yeah.
Especially at the end. It was such a downer, but such
But that's realistic.
yeah, it's told in a realistic way.
And that's why it's one of the best Star Wars movies put out. The best by Disney.
Yeah.
Because it does pack a punch. The good guys don't always succeed. They did succeed, but they didn't get out with their lives.
Yeah.
And that's an important message to get out there. But Stephen, man, you can get through all these characters. Ultimately, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference what we say. It's about what obviously Marvel and Kevin are doing.
Yeah.
And obviously Destin Daniel, if he's directing it, they will make a decision on who comes in. I personally would love to see Miles Morales. But again, he'd have to be cast very, very well.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, is
yeah.
there a future for him in an MCU featuring Tom Holland? I don't think there is.
Tom signed on yet?
I think there was talk that
Yeah.
he'd signed a new deal.
Right, okay.
Multi-picture deal.
Because if he
So-
didn't, then that's when they could do it.
It's true, yeah. I think Tom's going to stick with Spider-Man for quite some time. At least another decade.
Yeah, finally get a Spider-Man
Young
trilogy
guy.
rather than a
He's a young guy,
Spider-Boy
still
trilogy.
young.
Yeah,
Even now he's 25, 26, 25. I don't know.
incredible. Yeah,
He's so fucking young. This guy has been playing this character since he was 17. I think
they've done well, John.
It's
They've
mad.
done well to. They're obviously looking at the long term
Yeah.
of the character, and he's the biggest character that Marvel have got. I don't care what anybody says. Or not, they haven't got him. That's the problem. Certainly not in the films. But he is the biggest character
He is.
within that MCU. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, he was Marvel for me growing up.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit about Captain America. I didn't care about Iron Man. Didn't care about Hulk. It was always Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He was he's like the Batman, Superman. And it's funny you mention that. DC have always had more compelling characters. I don't know.
Yeah.
The bigger
They just don't know
characters
how
are
to
just are better. They just
Yeah.
are. Marvel have got lesser ones, but they seem to do better for some reason. Cinematically.
The problem is with DC is that they've not got the right people. Well, they have now, but
with James Gunn,
but when you're coming out with shite like Superman, what was it?
needs momentum.
He needs momentum.
Hmm.
Garbage. Absolute
That's
garbage.
believing the fucking idiot say that Man of Steel's a bad movie. It wasn't.
Exactly.
It simply wasn't. You can say it 100 times and I'm just going to go la 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 la. It's bollocks. It was a fucking great movie. Brilliant movie. The best Spider-Man movie ever made.
Yep.
Christopher Reeve, brilliant. He gave us stuff like the subway is still the safest and most reliable form of transport in this city. Gives a fuck. You're Superman. Stop fighting some weird prick on the moon, throwing rockets into the sun and going on about nuclear man. This nuclear, that wasn't him, but stop, don't do it. The people. Fuck off. Henry Cavill. Give that guy a decade of Superman movies, he would be the Superman. They've ruined it.
Yep.
We've had this conversation before.
Yep.
He had the potential to be the Superman, and they've fucking thrown it away. I mean, I'd love them back, but I don't think it's necessary unless Secret Wars. Well, it is. That's what I think we're talking about anyway. So, I don't look, man. Perhaps you know more, Deppy. I don't know if you're still here amidst all that sort of fucking gibbering. I'm sure there's someone perhaps who comes in and watches this who will know more of the Secret Wars story than we do. I don't know anything about fucking Secret Wars. I've never read the comic books. I don't know what it's about. Genuinely don't know what the concept is. So if I knew what the concept was, I'd probably be better educated on who could pop in, who could not pop out, in out,
Check it all about.
all about. Do the hokey cokey. I'd love to see one of them doing that instead of a heroic pose. They do the hokey cokey. But yeah, that's going to round it up, man.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I'm done.
we've got a recording to do,
Yeah.
and time
Oh.
is truly going on.
Yeah.
We're getting the intro again.
Bye.
I can't stop it. What's your thoughts on... what's your thoughts? I forgot who it was. James McAvoy. What's your thoughts on James McAvoy potentially... Well, he's answered the question, the rumours of a potential cameo in the upcoming Avengers Secret Wars. I say upcoming, it's about 3 fucking years away. He says, I've not received the call, and even if I did, I'm not going to tell you. What's your thoughts on that? It's very beige. It's a very ambiguous answer he's gave. Do you think he could pop up in this movie? Do you think he has been contacted? Will he pop up? Who do you like to see coming in to a Secret Wars movie in terms of cameos? Do you give a shit about it? What's your thoughts on the Avengers? Fucking phase 4 of the MCU in general? Share your thoughts down below in the comment section if you've got anything to say. That's the place to put it. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on YouTube to get notifications straight to your eyeballs. And the same thing over on Twitch. Follow button and notifications button over there to see us live over there doing our thing on a different platform. Sans all the other stuff we do here. What the fuck's that on the wall? That's a weevil. Oh no. Wow. Thank you for the comments and all that leaves to say is until the next time, me and Stephen are done. Bye.